California's bullet train project won a small victory recently. The California High-Speed Rail Authority Board finalized approval for a route between San Jose and San Francisco. The high-speed rail project touted by the governor has been under construction since 2013. It was supposed to be done in 2020. Now, so far, no significant progress has been made on construction. The budget, that has ballooned from $9 billion to $105 billion.
And joining us now to discuss this new plan is candidate for state controller Lanhee Chen. Good to see you, Lanhee. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah, so we just talked a little bit about that route that's now in place, winning about a $25 million U.S. grant as well, seeking $1.3 billion more. I mean, when we take all of this together, I mean, where do you see this project? Where is it currently?
Well, look, I want folks to understand that this project was billed originally as a $10 billion bond issue way back 14 years ago. And now we're told that the project is going to cost over $100 billion. And by the way, that's not even a complete project with respect to what we originally had hoped for, which is a high-speed rail train that would go from San Francisco all the way down into Los Angeles. We're talking about completing construction on 119 miles of track in the Central Valley of California. Important communities to be sure, but this project is nothing like what we were first told it would be. And if we actually ever wanted this train to go all the way from San Francisco to LA, we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars in additional construction costs. So the project is not what Californians expected, and frankly, has been an utter failure to date.
So where do you see it going from here, I guess? I mean, and do you see a day where we actually are connecting San Francisco to LA? And the reason I'm asking you that, I mean, maybe they're too far down the well now to stop, right? I mean, they're going to have to follow through with this and have it be what it was promised to be in the first place.
Well, I think they'll follow through on part of the project. Whether it ends up being the entirety of the project that we'd all kind of hoped for and that voters approved is a very different question. The other challenge we have, quite frankly, is that we don't have accountability for the money that has been spent so far. We have seen a number of media reports over the last year or so that talk about how much money has gone, for example, to contractors that have failed to complete the things they promised they would complete, to contractors that are based outside of California, outside of the United States. And so we have to get clear, first of all, where the money's actually gone in the first place. And that would be one of my priorities as state controller were I to be successful in this campaign.
How do you go about doing that, tracking down all these dollars and finding out where they went?
Well, we have to conduct a thorough audit. That's the first thing. The controller has the ability to audit any statewide spending, any spending in local jurisdictions that was used, where state money was used. So we need to get to the bottom of where all the money has gone in the first place by conducting an extensive audit, and then go one step further and say, what have we actually gotten in return for that spending? So it's a process that is long overdue, one that previous leaders in Sacramento have failed to undertake. But as state controller, it would be a priority of mine to make sure we finally have accountability for state spending.
So pardon the pun here, but if you get this project back on track, do you think that the benefits are still there, that it's possible to create sort of something out of nothing here?
Well, there's no question that we need to improve infrastructure in this state. I mean, just look at the state of roads across California. Think about how much money goes into our gas taxes. We pay some of the highest gas taxes in the entire country, and we're not even sure where that money all goes. So accountability is definitely the first step. On the high-speed rail, if we could have some kind of an infrastructure improvement that would allow for people to get from place to place, I'd be all for it. I'm not sure if high-speed rail is currently constituted as the project to do that. So we really need to take a good hard look, first of all, where the money's been going, and second of all, where the money is planned or where it's supposed to be going, and figure out if we're actually executing against plans as we were promised.
Candidate for State Controller Lanhee Chen, thanks so much for joining us, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Good to be with you.